Lecture topic: Achieving through committing oneself to one's seniors.
We are also acquiring deen, studying to learn the message of the Quran and Sunnah. Our Akabir and our elders also did the same. They also acquired ilm. They spent time in the madrasa. They also studied the kitabs that we are studying. Maybe there were some differences in the extent of kitabs that they studied, or certain more detailed things that they studied, which now are no more there. But by and large, it's roughly the same thing. But if you look at what they achieved and where we are, it's worlds apart. On a general note, it's worlds apart. So now the question is that how come they achieved so much, we can't seem to get anywhere close to it? There must be some difference in the situation. What is the unique aspect that they had which we don't seem to be able to acquire to that extent? So obviously there were many things that they excelled in, but one key factor that was very prominent in their lives, and we'll find it across the board in all these Akabir, who each one was sufficient, not for one place, for a whole country and more. So the key factor you'll find in their lives is that they were fully committed to taking direction from somebody above them. Not in half measure, not selectively, not just deciding what suits them, but totally and fully committed to taking direction from those who are somebody who they took as their senior. And then whatever direction came, whatever the instruction was, whatever the advice was, they committed themselves to apply it. And that was the approach that they adopted. Then the road was wide open for them. And that's the outcome and the production we see, that their works which they left behind, their legacy, though they themselves have gone, but the benefit of that is carrying on now 150 years later and much more. The benefit of that is still as strong as it was then, and maybe stronger too. Now, the benefit came from this commitment, from this dedication to taking direction and advice, not selectively, not just picking and choosing. Certain things suit me, so I will now ask about this, and I will ask about it in a way that I will try and extract my answer. And certain things I already upfront know that the type of answer that might come regarding this is not going to be suitable to me. It's not going to be something that I'm going to be too thrilled about. So I don't even rather ask about it, let it be. So this is not called commitment. This is not called that a person has really taken somebody as a guide. What he's taken is somebody to try and endorse things that he wants, and the rest of it he carries on. So that he has a stamp of approval somewhere for whatever he wants to do. So for that stamp now he needs to have some kind of connection with someone, but then the things that he doesn't feel that he's going to get what he wants, so that he carries on as he wishes. Now this commitment that they had opened the doors, because then there was no half measure. It was complete submission, obedience, dedication, and this is a key factor that took people to where they were. They had the confidence in someone above them. They had that full aqidah, that confidence. They had that muhabbat as well. Both these ingredients were in place, and then ita'at. So the aqidat, muhabbat, and ita'at. With these three things, this is the sum total of the word commitment. That everything was in it, and that took them to the heights that they reached. The prescription is the same for all times. The prescription hasn't changed. The same route that they traveled with, the route is still the same. That hasn't changed. But it is how we walk on it, unfortunately, has changed. So the route is the same. If we also walk how they walked, then there might be certain differences in the circumstances now compared to then. There might be some other issues. But inshallah, with the fazl of Allah Ta'ala will make it possible for a person to still reach that destination that they reached. So this is what we need to consider deeply within ourselves, that what extent we have adopted this route, to what extent we have decided to walk this route in the way that they walked it. Allah Ta'ala gives us.
अल्लाह अल्लाह कैसा प्यारा नाम है, आशिकों का मीना और जाम है।